Hello student, I am Farheen and this lecture is about Sciography in perspectives. There are three methods in which a Sciography can be made in perspective. This is the first method in which this is the object we are making. In this method we are assuming that the light rays are coming from sun and the light rays coming from sun are parallel to each other. So these are the light rays that are coming from sun and passing through the corners of the object. This I am doing to make the sciography on the ground. So this way you can see this is how the sciography has been drawn on the ground by the rays that are parallel and coming from sun. So this is how a sciography has been constructed from the rays that are parallel. Another method is when the rays are coming from a point source, that is from any bulb or any light source in a house. So that light comes from a point source. So if this is a light source, this is a light source, then when the lights are coming from this light source from a point and passing through the corners of the object like this. So this is how you can see a sciography of an object has been cast on the ground by a point source. So this is how a sciography has been cast through a point source. Another method is when the light source is coming from any distant source and vanishing at a point. The light source is coming from the top and vanishing at a point. So this is an object. And this is the light. So this is the vanishing point of light source. So when the light passes through the corners of the object like this and converge at the vanishing point of the large light source, then the sciography made on the ground of that object is of small size. So you can see there are three methods. One is when the light source is coming from sun and they are parallel to each other, and you can see the size of the sciography. It is exactly the same as the size of the object. When light source is coming from the point source, then the sciography or the shadow that has been created is larger than the size of the object. And when the light is coming from any far point and vanishing at some point, then the shadow that has been cast on the ground, it is of smaller size. So these are three methods by which we can make or we can draw sciography in perspective. Now I am going to tell you the method for making sciography using parallel rays of light. So you can see this is a cuboid in red color. These lines are the construction lines or the lines required for drafting. This is ground line and this is horizontal line. So this is vanishing point left, the vanishing point, and this is right one vanishing point, and this is how the object, that is cuboid, has been made. We have to make sciography using parallel rays of light uh, of this cuboid. This is the rays of light. We have to pass this rays of light from four of the vertices of the cuboid and extend them till the ground. So next thing what you have to do is, for making the shadow point of A, you have to pass the light from the upper edge of the line A and A dash. And for making the shadow, you have to join the horizontal line from A dash to the line that is passing, light rays that is passing from point A. So this point where the light rays and the horizontal line from A dash intersect is called the shadow point of the A. So this is how we have to make the shadow points of B, C and D. So you can see in this figure all the 4 points, the shadow points of A, B, C and D has been marked. So this is the ray of light, the horizontal line from A dash is AS. This light rays from B and the horizontal line from B dash BS. Similarly CS and DS. Now we have to join these 4 points, making a, and this will make a shadow. BS, CS and DS and A. So this horizontal line, as the shadow, this ABCD is the shadow of this plane ABCD on the ground, but this is a cube. Then we have to join BS, D dash DS and C dash CS, and the external points we have to join. The external lines that we get will make the sciography. So this is how a shadow of this cuboid has been cast on the ground. Now the faces which are making shadow on the ground will be in shade. So this face A, B, C, C dash and B will be in shade, and D, D dash, C dash and C. So these faces will be in. So face B, C, C dash and B has been shown in shade. At the ground, this is the shadow of the block, and D, C, C dash, D dash, it's not visible but it will be in shade. In second method, we will draw the sciography of the same object using the method in which the light is coming from a point source. So this is the light source and the light is coming from this light source. When we drop this light source on the horizon line, the point that is created is called vanishing point of shadow. Now the rest of the method is similar. You have to pass the light from the above vertices of the cuboid like this, extend it And now from the downwards, if it is A, then from A, from vanishing point of shadow, you have to pass from A dash and extend till it's meet the line passing from the A. So this point that has been formed is shadow point of A. Similarly, all these shadow points have been created. The light source are coming from the vertices, upper vertices, and the A dash has the vertex just below the A, it's called A dash. So shadow lines has been originated from the vanishing point of shadow, passing through A dash and then touching the line, rays of light that is passing from the A. So this is how A, shadow point of A has been created. Similarly, the shadow of point of BS is created. This is light rays, this is shadow line. CS has been created and DS has been created. And now we have to join all these lines, join all these points to make a shadow like this. Yes. So if it has been a shadow of this plane A, B, C, D, then the shadow that must have been created was AS, BS, CS, and DS. What is a cuboid? Then the shadow that is formed is joining A dash, AS, BS, CS, and C dash, and the edges of the cuboid that are placed on the ground. The surfaces that are making the shadow are this surface and this surface. So these two surfaces will be in shade. After hatching the shade area and the shadow area, this is how the figure looks like. So this is third method for making sciography. In this is the vanishing point of light source and the light is coming from the upward direction. We will make the sciography of the same cuboid on the ground. When we drop a line from vanishing point of light source on the horizontal line, this is called the vanishing point of shadow. Similarly, what we have done in the previous methods, we will draw a line from the vanishing point of light source till the upper edges like this of the cuboid. And extend it. If you don't extend it also it will work because the sciography has to be made on the ground. Then from the vanishing point of shadow line we will join this like this, B dash, A dash and this D dash. This is the point we got by joining the light source and the shadow line. This is A dash, AS, B, this is line, joining B and vanishing point of light source, and B dash and vanishing point of C source. So this is the shadow point of B. Then C and this C S is the shadow point of, and DS is the shadow point of D. So we have got AS, BS, CS and DS. These are the shadow point of A, B, C, D. And the line joining these points, these 4 points AS, BS, CS and DS will be the shadow of A, B, C, D on the ground. And when we take A dash and AS, B dash and BC, C dash and CS and D dash and DC lines also, then holistically this will be the shadow of whole cuboid on the ground. So now we will join these lines A, BS, CS and so you see the shadow that has been created is only C dash and CS, and this line only very small shadow has been created. We can also make the sciography using this method by changing the vanishing point of this shadow, by making vanishing point of the shadow as a ground point. And when we move this shadow on the ground point, now you see the points AS, this A dash C. So AS point will be now this, B to this, and BS line will be this, point will be this, then CS point will be this, then joining D to vanishing point of shadow, and DS line will be this. By joining this A, B, C and D and A. So you can see the shadow of A, B, C, D is A dash, AS, BS, CS and DS. But as it is a shadow of cuboid, so AS has to be joined with B dash, AS has to join with A dash, and CS has to be joined with C dash, and DS has to be joined with D dash. And the outer lines will form the shadow of this cuboid. So after hatching, we will get this figure. So in the ground, you will see the sciography or the shadow of this cuboid using the method in which the vanishing point of light source is below ground line, and we have taken vanishing point of shadow on the ground line. then this sciography has been developed using this method. So this the hatch that you have seen on the surface, you are seeing on the surface of the cuboid is the shade. Shade comes on that surfaces of the cuboid which makes shadow. So you can see through this surface and this surface at the back, they are making the shadow, but it is not visible. So I have not shown you the shade of this shadow. The shade will be on this surface and this surface, and these two surfaces are making sciography on the ground. So these are three methods I have shown you. One is this, another is this, in which light source is above horizon line, and the third one is in which the light source is parallel to each other at 45 degrees. I hope you have understood all these three methods. In next lecture, we will do some exercises related to this.